What is up, everybody? I'm going to show you today two different kick systems I use pretty much every league night. And so let's say we're playing 9-ball, we're on the 1 right here, and we want to kick at it because that's the only option. So in this case, a lot of people, what they will do is they will guess. If you're a skill level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, even 6s, they're gonna make a guess, and a lot of people, they just miss it 50% of the time. 50% of the time you're giving ball in hand. What the hell? That's why you're losing. So what we wanna do is use a kick system until you can really develop the necessary reps so that you can feel the shot a little bit more. In this case, we may not even be able to kick out. I'm gonna move this over slightly. There we go. And what we wanna do, the very first step for this to work, is to identify which rail we're kicking towards. We're kicking at this rail, so I'm standing over here looking at it. Step 2, object ball. We want to find the center of the object ball with our stick and place it right against the rail. Step 3, find the midpoint between both of these balls. This is kind of screwing up the demonstration, so let's just pretend that is there, but it's not right now. We want to find the exact midpoint, equal white space from the side of this stick in the cue ball and then the object ball right here. All right, so this is more of an extreme example. We'll do a couple more. And then you parallel shift. Hold it with both hands. We're gonna move over, keeping that angle. That's where we wanna hit. All right, keep your eyes on that position. Make sure you're hitting just a little bit of top, no English at all, medium pace. There we go, we hit it. Now that was obviously an easy example that most of you probably wouldn't have a hard time in, but what if we had like a further one? Like maybe way out here, maybe it's like up here. And okay, do the same thing. We're kicking towards here. Find the midpoint of the object ball. Try to find, visualize the center point of where the cue stick intersects the line going from the cue ball to the object ball. I think right around there is probably pretty good. And then we're gonna parallel shift till we get over the cue ball. Right there looks pretty good to me. So now I'm gonna aim at it and we hit it pretty well. Now this system also works for long rail shots or when you're hitting against a short rail going a long distance, but it's a little bit more tricky. So let's say, for instance, we have the 1 ball here and we need to, for whatever reason, we need to kick at it from that rail, way over there. So in order to do that, same concept, except now we kind of have to visualize this point. We're like, okay, we have our cue ball, or our object ball rather, right here. This is the point at which it needs to contact. Now, we obviously can't do this because we don't have our stick long enough, right? But you just imagine, okay, this is where it's at, right there. All right, so I'm gonna keep it pointed and I'm just going to drag it back. This looks like the center point to me. Right there. Pretty much slightly to the left of that middle diamond up there. Sweet, hit it. That's all you want. That's a good hit, hard shot for the opponent. All right, so now that you know how to do 1 rail kicks, what are we gonna do if we have to do a 2 railer? So in this scenario right here, we have the 1 ball right here, cue ball is right here. And what we need to do is kick at it from this rail to this rail. All right, how do we do it? Very simple. First, identify the pocket that is between the 2 rails that you need to kick. That happens to be this pocket right there. And then we're going to find the midpoint between the 1 ball and the object ball. And then once we do that, you guessed that's right, we are going to drag this right there. Okay, so now eyeball it just the same as before. Oh, look, even made it. All right, so now let's do a 2 rail kick system. It's very similar. It's also a parallel shift. Very freaking easy, people. So what you want to do in this one is simply find, again, the pocket between the two balls that you have, the cue ball, the object ball. This is the one ball. We need to kick at it. Let's just assume, you know, there's balls in the way and all that crazy shit. And what we want to do is find that midpoint. Now, sometimes that midpoint might be hard to distinguish if you have an angle, a weird angle. So you can take your stick, just move over to the other side of the table, find the midpoint, go back. Now this time I'm going to keep that angle, but I'm going to push past because I need to go over the cue ball, and then we keep our angle here. All right, I found it. Let's go ahead and hit this fucker. Sweet. And that's a tough shot we left. All right, so for this next demonstration, this is going to be like an even crazier one. This works with pretty much any angle for the two rails. So let's take a look at this setup. We got the one ball here, cue ball here. We're going to say for whatever reason, the only way we can hit this is doing a two rail kick. I know there might be other ways, but let's just say for the sake of argument. This is the same concept. So what we want to do is find, you know, this is the pocket between them, between the two rails. We're going to come over here, make sure we really visualize it. It's hard when you get a lot of balls screwing up and cluttering up the view. Just try to omit those. I'm going to move forward. All right, here we go. I found the angle that I like. So we're going to parallel shift. Keep that freaking stick consistent. Boy, that's close to that edge right there. Look at that. Almost made it too. So there you go, people. Stop guessing. If you're a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever, and you don't have the necessary reps to really be able to eyeball this stuff, I know I don't. I just became a 6 in APA 9 ball. I use this, and I don't care if I look silly. You know, a lot of people, they feel weird about doing it. Dude, just spend some time doing this. Maybe 30 minutes every day over the course of, you know, a couple weeks. You're going to be able to hit these shots like 90+% of the time. And when you give your opponent ball in hand, you know that's what screws you up, especially if it's somebody who can run 3, 4 balls at a time. That's why you're going to be losing a lot. That's also why I have a 17-match win streak. Yes, I'm bragging a little bit, but it's because I'm doing stuff like this that other players simply aren't doing. They're just guessing for the fun of it. But if you really want to win, do the systems.